Because this was a joint unit with music, we wanted to include sound in some way or music, which we planned to do. There is a 6-hour time difference between Patricia and I, as we live in very different parts of the world. We like similar themes, such as feminism, mental health and general health. Made it quite easy for us to make a start on the collaboration. Our physical work is very different, or it had been up until this point. Patricia had done quite a bit of three-dimensional work, I had not. There was a lot of planning initially, and this really did hold us in good stead, certainly for me, in the later stages of the unit where I had planned that I knew I would be busy. For me, some of the challenges in the unit included being able to represent myself and sometimes be able to put across some of the ideas that I had, something that I struggle with sometimes when I'm in groups, that sort of thing. I'm working on that. It will be a work in progress though. Personal things happened. I was ill. My son had some mental health issues. My work was very busy at times. Feelings of being behind were quite difficult at some points, especially for me with the more written work initially. It was a time when my work was quite busy and I didn't feel as involved as I wanted to be in that. My own feelings towards the end were actually quite difficult as well. I was not very well when we were putting together the final presentation and not sleeping, and looking back at how perhaps I hadn't represented myself well initially were quite tricky for me. Things that went well in the collaboration included things like both having similar interests. It made things a lot easier for us. The time difference went well initially, and throughout the course really, we were able to leave messages for each other. We just found ways around it that perhaps we wouldn't have needed to use had we been closer in distance, but they worked quite well. For me, experimenting was a big one. I experimented more in this unit than I have done in any other unit before this, really. Bouncing ideas around was really important for me. It meant that I could get some help when I was feeling stuck. Being supportive also was really important. We both had times where we were not able to do as much as we wanted. We made sure that we didn't push each other during those times and supported where we could. For me, the case studies were also quite important. So especially things like when we looked at Old Cold by Caroline and Carla, that meant that I kind of had some input into thinking about how we could improve our final presentation. And so I came up with the idea of doing a web chat the same as they had done their web chat after their collaboration, just to help people get an idea of actually how things had gone and, the ideas that we'd used. For me, the Bernstein and Robbins Fancy Free case study was also really important. That there's a little section in there where the author wrote about how one of them had to kind of stand their corner at times and know when to do that and when not to do that. I tried to keep that in my head towards the later end of the unit when I was struggling a little bit to make sure that the things that I wanted to be in the presentation were there. In this unit, I've learned a lot. I have learned one of the biggest things is that I need to be able to give feedback. It's not something I feel able to do verbally at the moment, but I have given some written feedback, and I will definitely be working on understanding other people's work and being able to give that feedback. I've learned that I work quite well in collaboration. Not to say it's always easy, but I like having someone to bounce ideas off of and that I can use their work and their ideas as well for inspiration to help me when I need it. I definitely have learned I need to be my own cheerleader much more. As I get older, I think that's something that is getting quite obvious to me. And, I definitely need to work on that. And also that stepping back can help. If there's something that you can't quite understand or you need to get your head around, stepping back for, even if it's a day or two, it really can help you to form those ideas a little bit more. This unit has been really positive for me. I have enjoyed, I would say 98% of it. There have been times that have been tricky, but it has been actually really an amazing experience. I've learned a lot about myself. I'm really pleased with all the outcomes that have come from it, both with my own work and with the combined work and the joint presentation and the web chat. I'm really pleased with all of it. I would love to do it again. I'd love to see how other people can affect my work and how I can help with them. I would also like to say that Patricia's influence has been invaluable across the entire collaboration, not only with the written work, but also, you know, being able to give me ideas, and I fed from stuff from her sketchbook as well. It has been, you know, it's been a really good experience. I would love to continue parts of what we've done together at some point in the future if we both have some time. I think we've come up with some really good ideas, and I'd really like to explore that a little bit more. It turned out to be the unit I was hoping and expecting. I was really excited when I started this unit. I felt it was something that I'd missed with not having much contact with other students. So, you know, it turned out to be exactly what I was hoping it would be.